and the Concacaf Nations League. We continue on in League B tonight, second match for both Aruba and Puerto Rico. Good evening, everyone, wherever you may be. Mike Watts on hand for the call of this game. Light wind, it's very humid, and 87 degrees as we approach kickoff in Puerto Rico tonight. It is a substantial game for both teams if they hope to keep pace with Haiti for the number one spot in Group C, and with it the potential for promotion to League A and a place in the Concacaf Gold Cup. Well, both these sides are coming off bitter disappointments in their opening game in Concacaf Nations League this year. This is an Aruba side that was promoted with a perfect record last year, and so they enter as the obvious favorite to be relegated once again. However, you win this game away to Puerto Rico, and suddenly the hope could very much be on that they can advance out of this group. They are 4 winless, however, in this calendar year, and their last win was ultimately the clincher against the Cayman Islands in League C last November. It's a group that fell 2-0 between two countries with Dutch influence. It was Sint Maarten who knocked them down 2 pegs, conceded twice in the final 10 minutes 3 days ago. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico got the full brunt of Haiti in a 4-1 matchup. And we'll see whether or not there's a better outcome to be had this time around. After they led 1-0, they ultimately conceded 4 in the second half. And now we'll find out whether this Puerto Rican side is prepared for the rebound. The teams are in the tunnel. They're preparing to announce them now. El encuentro entre los equipos de Aruba y Puerto Rico. Well, the crowd that's assembled on the near side grandstand is certainly excited here in Mike, as it is a chance for Puerto Rico to improve their position substantially and do so on home ground. This is the final game of this window in Nations League for these teams. Aruba will see Haiti back-to-back in October. And so there's a very realistic chance that this, their best chance to have true ambition to take on Haiti for the group by the time they play that vital pair of games against the top team in the group. It is Puerto Rico and Aruba have taken the field. We'll hear the anthems and kickoff imminent in Mayaguez.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthems of Aruba and Puerto Rico. Damas y caballeros, por favor ponerse de pie para escuchar los himnos nacionales de Aruba y Puerto Rico.
Well, it is a unique musical performance that we've heard. We're about ready to play now, aren't we? Here's a look at the starting lineup with Kroivenov, Jimenez, and Gentil up front. The captain for the side is the goalkeeper, Matthew Lentink, and Marvik Bermudez leads the side. Manager of this Aruba team dating to 2020.
Number 7, forward, Ray Gentil. Number 8, midfielder, Walter Bennett. Number 9,
the Aruba side. Won't be hard to spot them.
Number 10, midfielder, Franklin Lewis. Number 11, midfielder,
dressed in highlighter yellow for this affair.
Number 17, forward, Jaden Huyendahl.
Kimball Ward of St. Kitts and Nevis leads this 4 official crew. They do not have the assistance of VAR. All 4 hail from St. Kitts and Nevis. Vast majority of the Aruba 11 hails from the Netherlands and features prominently in the Netherlands. Players from Vitesse and Feyenoord, Rotterdam. Yet against St. Martin, still they came up short. Look through the fisheye lens. Nicolas Cardona of Chattanooga Red Wolves in USL League One captains Puerto Rico. A pair of the 6 most capped players in Puerto Rican history in the lineup, including Ricardo Rivera, who starts up front for the group. Cardona captains the side from the back. Joel Soriano features an LA Force in Niza for Charlie Trout, the 39-year-old Englishman who came to the United States, played collegiately at UIC, stayed in Chicago to work with the Fire, and now leads the way for this Puerto Rican national team. After a stint as the manager, sat behind Dave Sarakin, took over the managership for a year and a half, and now he's the lead man again.
Y con el número 11, Leandro Antonetti.
A lot of anticipation here. Name Antonetti, who features at Lugo in Europe. A number of players from throughout the United States. Pyramid.
Coach del equipo de Puerto Rico, Charlie Trout. Head coach del equipo de Aruba, Marvik Bermúdez. Árbitros, Kimball Ward. Primer asistente, Leonore Paris. Segundo asistente, Jaden Rose.
And the last
Cuarto
announcement or so
oficial, Hakeem
before we
Harvey.
begin.
Todos de St. Kitts Nevis.
There's the opening whistle. Here we go. Puerto Rico, the first touch. They welcome Aruba in League B action, a game that both sides simply have to have given the early performance of Haiti in the group. Knocked over by Jaden Cervena. This is a Puerto Rican side that had its come up at the last set Concacaf Gold Cup prelims. The first win on that stage, although they ultimately fell short against Martinique in the final round to try and qualify for their first ever Gold Cup. Aruba have never qualified in 18 attempts for Gold Cup, or the prelims for that matter. Adolfo Zulia. Cervena. Puerto Rico, 10 wins, just 4 losses in their Nations League history. The earliest stages of that was rather dominant performances in League C. Well, they narrowly missed by just 3 points promotion to League A, the most recent edition. Though Guyana, 3 points clear, did not play their 5th and final game, having won all 5 previous. Okay, Nieves. Forced out by Gentile. Features at Vitesse. Cervenia features in the American Second Division, the USL Championship with North Carolina FC. Same club that Dave Sarakin led later on in his club coaching career. The eventual Puerto Rican national team manager. Cervenia, Darren Rios. Cervenia, that's dealt with. And back to Serrano. Sarah Valentin available off the bench, typically captains this Puerto Rican side. He's a Minnesota United charge. A couple players from the Inter Miami Academy of note. Adrian Rosario, Benjamin Donato, and Christian Ortiz. Available off the bench tonight. And Steven Echeverria, who's played at a high level. Bayamon FC player, available off the bench as well. Fredo Rivera, he goes down. And the Orlando City B player fouled by Melchor. Lobbed into the penalty area. That's just narrowly too far for Darren Rios. Nobody wise. The fact that Rios was available. And Aruba will play out. That's the only ongoing League B match within this group, but there are others of note today and elsewhere right now, including Grenada and St. Lucia in League B Group B. The earlier matchup today turned out to be a real slaughter. Haiti 6, Saint Martin 0, with Dawkins Nasson managing a hat trick, getting Haiti to a perfect 2 of 2 to start. Gerald Diaz ran away after the foul from Darren Rios. They will bring it back. I think that's unfortunate for Rios. Well, tapped ahead by Nieves. Rios. Just inside, ball lost at the feet of Diaz. It's still on here. Falls outside for Rios. Soars to the backside and kept from Wilfredo Rivera. And deflects down to Diaz. Cervenia. Rios. Wonderful start for Puerto Rico on home ground. And a free kick for Aruba.
Enrique, listen, when we get the ball with Darren, we need you to stop making that throw on the line, right? Yeah. Hey, Darren, and now it's either there or...
You can hear the dulcet tones of the English manager from Puerto Rico calling out to Darren Rios. Charlie Trout, what an interesting story. Final third, ball whipped across, dealt with by Sulia. trying to bypass Javier Jimenez. Puerto Rico work their way out. Cervenia. Put a play behind Lewis. Leah playing for Quintana in Puerto Rico. Quiñones, Cervenia, very tight down the right side of the field. A bit of luck here. Lobbed ahead for Rivera, knocked away by Lentink. Lentink still down, and with the goalkeeper down and latching onto the right leg, and substantial collision in the box, a whistle now. Well, it's a decent idea. Ultimately, Ned made a mess of it. It's like Rivera tried to dip out of that. Perhaps the push in the back assisted. Certainly pulled out of the challenge. With the Puerto Rican bench. Zulia. And turning shot, rings wide. It's enough to get the crowd amped up a bit, but not enough to challenge Lentink from Leandro Antonetti. Antonetti, 21-year-old from Spain. Moved from Lugo last year to Sevilla's B team. Already 10 caps, 3 appearances for Puerto Rico. And there's a reason the crowd roared upon hearing his name. A lot of excitement around the young winger, who very early in his career making the decision to represent Puerto Rico. Away by Colby Quiñones. Long way out, no trouble for Joel Serrano. Ten minutes in Mayaquez, 9th largest city in Puerto Rico. It's on the far western coast of the island. Puerto Rican side that drew away to El Salvador in June in World Cup qualifying, then dominated Anguilla 8-0 5 days later. Ultimately, argue the toughest work still ahead of them. They're level for second, top 2 advance out of round 2 of Concacaf World Cup qualifying. They're tied with Suriname. Difficult group. I would say Aruba maybe got it even worse. Curaçao and Haiti both already on 6 points through 2 games. Though Aruba not in the basement by virtue of a draw against St. Lucia. We'll see round 2 of World Cup qualifying for Aruba until June of 2025. This is really compact. Cervenia deep. Off the dribble for Puerto Rico. Rivera. Cervenia's pulled centrally. Good leave. Contact in the area. Referee had a long look at that. That's the only look you'll get. There is no VAR. And Rivera dips into the turf. Play on. Here's a marginally more expansive shape. Celia will play it down the right channel. Flicked inside, Rivera crossing. Antonetti the target. And away by Nickinson Paul. As for Dakota in Aruba. Here's the earlier challenge. Here's Bertha sending away. Pirouetting through, Nieves does ultimately keep it. Rios. Nieves. Oh, it's just too tight. Couldn't really get under it. And a deep breath of fresh air for Aruba. 13 minutes in, and they've been on the wrong end of these proceedings throughout. It's actually the third meeting between the two countries, as you see the Aruba manager, Arvik Bermudez, leads the 194th ranked team by FIFA. Officially joined FIFA in 1989 as an affiliated country. They've been playing international football since 1924. By comparison, FIFA ranking number 157 for Puerto Rico, playing since 1940. Huge diagonal down into the width. That's really good. Gentil. One of the fun parts of Concacaf Nations League is that the regularity that this tournament provides countries that typically didn't make it all that far in World Cup qualifying and would therefore be either playing in smaller tournaments within the region or simply not playing at all. It's dodging and dipping and diving and crossing and nobody home. Serrano gets it. There's suddenly plenty of reason for players born in foreign countries with heritage that leans back to CONCACAF nations to cross the Atlantic. And so by traversing, you get a chance to play a Nations League, potentially a major tournament within the region. It has raised the level noticeably in League B and League C over the past few years. Ball thrust away by Walter Bennett. Where's that deflect off of? Referee says Nieves. I've got nothing to ultimately disagree with that decision. Though Aruba trying to make a mess of this. Is Bertha beyond the halfway line. And that bounces by Cardona. Jimenez leaning back, support from behind. That's blocked. Diaz. Quinones. And now Zulia can calm. Puerto Rico, nearly 80% of the ball is past the quarter hour mark. On the width, Rios. Nieves flipped inside. It's still on here for Puerto Rico. Rios. St. Lucia has scored elsewhere. Grenada's gone down in the 13th minute. Christian Farino Joseph, a header. It's elsewhere in League B. Cross here, a header. Slapped up off the crossbar and out, and cleared by Aruba. Across again from Rios. And that soars above everybody. What goalkeeping from Matthew Lentink. Goodness, how did that stay out? Darren Rios service in. It's like the header came from Cardona. And Lentink. No, that may not have gotten much of anything. Ultimately, it's Lentink on the goal line. Up and eventually out. And finally, some real action to show for what's been a pretty strong possession exhibition for the home side. Now it is different here in Nations League B this year, as it is in C. Centralized venues cut down on travel and make for simpler Nations League windows. As a result, both these teams have played on this field now for the second time in 4 days, and Puerto Rico essentially gets 2 home matches out of the deal. Puerto Rico win a throw. Just away from Lentink. Driving forward, it's behind Wilfredo Rivera. Suddenly Aruba can see light at the end of the tunnel into the attacking half. And to seat it instantly to Solia. Puerto Rico stretched. Antonetti continues to track Bennett. The 9 matched up on the Aruban 6. And a wayward pass. Aruba gives it away cheaply again. That was Sandro Stahl. Cervena. Aruba frustration bubbling over. Cervania slides in, appeared to get the ball as well, but certainly got plenty of the player.
Hey, you cannot come off the field. Hey, you cannot go off the field. You cannot go off the field. You cannot come out. Come through.
So ball taken away. No, that is a very dangerous tackle. With the studs exposed, he is extremely lucky. Cervania is. The Aruba player pulls out. Or that could have been a real concerning moment for Javier Jimenez. Elsewhere in League B, Group B, St. Lucia scored again. And Grenada, who got relegated out of League A, recent tournament, now down 2-0 in the 20th minute. Donovan Baptiste, the goal. And all of a sudden it's becoming a very off-putting scoreline for Grenada. League B, Group B, Grenada entered the day, top of that group. St. Lucia, a win of their own against Curaçao. And St. Martin holds up the rear. So St. Lucia might be grabbing hold of Group B, and that's a pretty remarkable feat. Still a long way to go there, however. Cervania. Well past the midway point now in the opening half. Skids through, Bennett. Gerald Diaz, fifth most capped player in Puerto Rican history. He is the most capped player currently active in the national team. Launched over the top, settled, back from Rios. Turn upfield for Antonetti, snipped out. Cervania kept it in, approaching the track. Throw for the Blue Hurricane. This is a very lively crowd for League B. Of course, being on home ground with the centralized venues certainly pumped the attendance, playing under the lights. An early to mid-September window, temps in the 80s. Exciting time to play Mayaguez tonight, no doubt. Zulia. Rivera. Aruba into a very low block again. Cardona. Rivera outside. Lashed in front of goal. Falls to the backside. Hit all wrong by Rios. Acres of space. An unbelievable chance for Darren Rios. Oh, man. Maybe he never thought that would get to him. All the while, an Aruba player's gone down. And you have to think at this stage, sheer exhaustion for Aruba. What a brutal 27 minutes this has been. They've given a yellow card to Solia for that, apparently.
Sometimes come out with Darren. You understand? So now it can go from Jaden to you instead of all the way to Darren, right? Because they're closing up on that. Yeah? And now you may go inside. Yeah?
It's reference to Cervenia and Darren Rios, how those two connect. Down that left side for Puerto Rico. Ball one out of midfield. Rios available. Couple runners approaching. Ultimately, 4 yellow shirts converge. Return from Nieves. Rios. That's chipped out. That should be a corner. It is. Appeared well sniffed out by Aruba. Cervenia leading header across, back toward the post, and Cardona watches as Lentink grabs the looping header. Until lost the handle. Cervenia. It's Rivera. Cervenia. Vera knocked off the ball. Still, it's Diaz. Foul won by Colby Quinones. And a quick restart for Puerto Rico. Into the final third, lashed across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. The run of Antonetti, nearly fed by Wilfredo Rivera.
He's peeling off every time.
The turn, Franklin Lewis. Tyron Pere Gentil. Lost it on the turf, Diaz. And here's Cardona. He's Played across the second and third divisions in USL in the United States with the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Cardona, now Cervania, grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, played for his hometown team, now for North Carolina FC in a 5-year pro career to this point. Cervania kept it in at the end line. Ball skips all the way across and beyond Antonetti. Antonetti, no! Antonetti denied. Lentink. Snap back down to the spot. Lifted. Rivera tried to leave it off. Aruba's gotten it away. Deflection is caught. Curler is away for Rios. Darren Rios starts this action down the left side as the support of Cervania, who just did keep it in. That backs that header across the face of Antonetti. What a turn this is, and how Lentink is able to stand up to that. Incredible. Then Rivera, unfortunate. All the while, this kept on side for Rios to have another go. And Lentink, 2 enormous saves. One slapped up off the bar, and now this. Keep Aruba on level terms here in Puerto Rico. What a sequence. Driving free, Diaz. That's a big tug on the shirt. It is a free kick. Should come with the yellow, and it will. Walter Bennett is booked. Hear Charlie Trout, it's coming, it's coming. Chances galore for Puerto Rico against the team ranked bottom in the group. Free kick. This would be extraordinary from this distance. But who knows? Rivera Diaz. Struck for frame and sent wide. Lentink got it over the wall and sent that curling toward the upper corner. Well taken free kick. Lentink does excellent work. And Rivera is denied. Corner, Puerto Rico. Header smashed down in front of goal and lifted way over by Zulia. Alfredo Rivera, how's that? At first glance, you thought, no way. Keeper off his line, Serrano. Settled by Gentil. Gentil. Alfredo Rivera running like a freight train. about the only hope Aruba's had attacking-wise, and the bounce kind to Jimenez. Jimenez. Puerto Rico angle back out. Bennett. Comes high, Wilfredo Rivera playing quickly. Suddenly it's a 2v1. Keeper off his line! Sliding it Antonetti. That is only a yellow. Only a yellow for Lentink. Well, there's a number of questions as to what does or does not lead to denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Look at this touch. How far he'd have to go, how far away from goal it would have taken him, and the fact there was a defender running in behind alongside to provide cover. Apparently that's enough for this to merely be a yellow, and Lentink, who takes out Antonetti, has to feel really fortunate right now.
So on that press on that side, they're getting out. You've got to pinch between their pivot and their fullback. So then you can release out to the fullback and you can release the pitch. Yes, because they're not coming through the middle anyway. So this is their pivot and the fullback pitch between. Because you're here, you can't get there.
Free kick for Wilfredo Rivera. Rivera hangs it up, and that should be a corner, won by Zulia. Puerto Rico have been mauling Aruba on set pieces. Jamani Eiston is the backup goalkeeper. For Aruba. Service for Puerto Rico, bouncing down, Lentink snags. Be on a yellow here the rest of the way. Although that's really the only instance where he had a chance to get himself in trouble. Aruba had finally gotten forward, and Puerto Rico exposing just how fast they can get at that Aruba back line when it does open up. It's worth noting the temps have dropped substantially enough tonight, my guess, that there is no need for a hydration break. .78 degrees now. The humidity is an utterly unbelievable 97%. Service through, leaping. Cascading into the net was Jimenez. Until, and this belongs to Puerto Rico. This is as good a chance as Aruba has had all tonight. Turned over to Aruba, although this out of the reach of Jimenez. Out of Brandenburger SC. The 41st minute now in Nations League B. This action from Group C. Haiti leads the way on 6 points by virtue of their win earlier today against St. Martin and a win against Puerto Rico. Aruba sits bottom. They lost to St. Martin in their opener. Ball laced across. Rios arriving. Tried to slide inside. Rios leaves it off, and this caroms over the line, a goal kick. Two teams that have never qualified for Gold Cup. And in the FIFA rankings, don't get much respect. Puerto Rico 157, 194 for Aruba. Regrettably for Aruba, weird time, right? Nations League qualifying, 2018. Every team played 4 games against, it's considered a decent cross-section, and it led to some pretty wonky opening league positions, which have pretty well settled themselves out now, 4th edition of the tournament. But placed in a group with Jamaica, Guyana, and Antigua and Barbuda in Nations League B, the 1st edition of the tournament. Lost all 6 games, Aruba did. Another missed clearance, Rios. Nieves. Gisbertha. Corner for Puerto Rico. Rivera bounced right in front and away now from Cardona. Slashed in behind, dealt with by Quinones. And, ooh, off the stick. Now for a corner. Blessing and a curse for Aruba. This might be as good a chance as you have to score. However, you all got forward on a set piece 10 minutes ago and nearly got utterly burnt by the Puerto Rican counter. Led to a yellow to Matthew Lentink, the captain. That was in the 37th. Is it Javier Jimenez, who leaves Puerto Rico stunned right before halftime. Corner to the back stick, yanked down by Serrano. Tossed in, really good move to find Rios. Rios shakes free. Rios bounces backside. Diaz deflects off the post and cleared by Aruba. Start of 3 minutes of added time. Make that 2 minutes of added time. Nieves, that takes a deflection in front from Antonetti. Not enough to squeak in. That is an obvious Gerald Diaz yellow card. It has to be, doesn't it? Jimenez mauled from behind. Mr. Bermudez is absolutely right. Explain to me how that's not a yellow card. That's a blessing, I suppose, Puerto Rico. This would be uber ambitious from here, wouldn't it? Gentil making some motion here. Could this possibly be for goal? It is laced right off the wall. There's halftime. Well, Aruba really up against the wall in this first half, and yet ultimately they've yet to concede. Puerto Rico dominate both through possession and their one counter perhaps as devastating as anything. And we've played 45 minutes at Mayaguez. The score, Puerto Rico 0, Aruba 0. Puerto Rico and Aruba have retaken the field in Mayaquez as we approach the second half in Nations League B, Group C. Fans here in Puerto Rico have made for a very lively atmosphere tonight. It's been quite a joy to see the home side in action this evening, and so well supported. Back underway in Mayaguez, alongside the baseball park next door, part of a larger complex, which has hosted international events previously. Aruba visiting Puerto Rico and completing the September window in this group, with a vital 3 points on the line for two teams currently in the basement of their group. Aruba in the yellow, Puerto Rico in black. Another 45 minutes to see if Puerto Rico can finally break the door down, or if Aruba can come out of halftime, give a better account of themselves. Largely smothered in that opening half. Paul, take it away. Antonetti. Antonetti! Knocked away by Lentink. 5 saves now, the Aruba goalkeeper. Diaz. It's wayward service. Lentink is on a yellow card for Aruba, breaking up a counter. Walter Bennett as well at halftime. Those yellows came in about a 5-minute span, just past the half-hour mark. Only Zulia on a yellow for Puerto Rico, came in the 27th. Nico Cardona out of play. Toronto just 1 save in the opening half. Lewis. Down into the corner, slide from Quinones, came up short, ball across. This deflected in front of goal. Still it's there, turning back Bennett. Rolled into space, that deflected from Gentile. And for Aruba, where was that in the first 47 minutes? Much improved moment in the attack. Started with Ned breaking free down in the corner. And you can see the reaction of the Aruba players with each successive chance. Ned probably a pretty decent idea of the larger feeling on the Aruba bench. Corner, Aruba. Driven in, header away, comes high, blasted by Lewis. Pours to the halfway line. Ushered about by Franklin Lewis. Monique Lake Football Club. Pretty remarkable that stayed in. Diaz fighting away from the turf monster. Quinones force this over the line, a little pushing and shoving. It is a throw to Puerto Rico just as soon as everyone controls their temper. Two moments in which we nearly bubbled over. An earlier tackle for Puerto Rico left Aruba feeling very hard done. And now this. That's a foul. It was against Gerald Diaz. That's put in play. That is. Saying he put the ball down and he touched it. That's enough, is it not? Referee wasn't going to issue any further punishment for the foul. So here's the initial foul. That's fair game. See that all the way? No. Diaz to Cervania. Conceded to Aruba. Lentink still has a little work to do. Flipped into Ned. Alfredo Rivera seeking a foul instead. He's taking an end line. Ned, contact! Nothing. Nothing at all. Goal kick.
Lo empujó y no le cantaron nada. No le cantaron nada, papi. Mira ahí.
Look, the arm's not extended, but certainly Ned put something into that.
No te sabría decir, no creo.
Perhaps just went down too simply. After the last game on, Kreudenoff spins outside Ned. Aruba looks like an entirely different team. Whip through, bounces to Cardona. Goal kick. Puerto Rico can take a breath, try and figure this out again. fully get over the line? Yeah.
O sea, me refiero a esto. El primer álbum estuvo espectacular, boom, brutal. El segundo álbum estuvimos esperando una eternidad por Timeless y cuando finalmente salió Timeless, ya todas las canciones habían salido como...
Squeezes in behind here for Aruba. 10 minutes into the second half. Cutback ball. Falls kindly. Lewis above the bar. Rivera. Knocked down, offered across. Knocked away from Rios. Driving in deep, Nieves. Come away with it, however. I have to think there's going to need be a change here sooner than later, the way this has gone. Puerto Rico, who ran Aruba off the field the vast majority of the first half. Exchanging blows out of the break. Here's Diaz. Foul. Cardona got hit. Ball through again. Quinones. Supported run too far, too fast. Rivera to throw. Rivera. Free kick. It's Ned who commits the foul. Puerto Rico in a good place. Nearing the hour mark. Meanwhile, in Group B, the only other active game in League B here tonight, Grenada's pulled one back. Lucas Akins in the 51st. That an enormous game in that group. St. Lucia 2, Grenada 1. The earlier action in this group, St. Martin demolished by Haiti 6-0. Duckins Nazon a second half hat trick. Haiti moved top of the group on 6 points. Both these teams seeking their first point. Rivera lobs high. Dashed off frame. Gerald Diaz. And Lentink being told he won't be warned again. He's on a yellow card. This brick house of a goalkeeper. Now it's worth noting 2 defenders alongside him. If you really want to evade a second yellow for time wasting and take that amount of time, you could have one of those center backs stand over the ball and potentially absorb one for you. But I've seen crazier things in CONCACAF. Ball just did get over the top of Rivera. That was a horrifically unnecessary square ball amongst the back line, where it has opened up Puerto Rico a bit. Serrano. Outstretched leg of Diaz, actually slowing Aruba and sending them in reverse. Ball ripped away by Antonetti. Antonetti continues his run, couldn't pull it through, and nearly Ricardo Rivera. And the way Bertha just hobbled out of that, looks like he may have rolled that leg wrong.
Kimball! Okay. Hey, stay, okay. Kimball! King!
Well, here's Rivera and the potential penalty, the first half that went unwhistled. Bertha back up, Brazil Juniors, the defender.
Sustitución por el equipo de Aruba. Sustitution for Team Aruba. El jugador número 12, Mark Jacobs, entra al juego. Sale el número 12, Tyrese Bertha. Player number 12, Mark Jacobs, enters the pitch. Player number 2, Tyrese Bertha, leaves the pitch.
There's the newcomer, Mark Jacobs of Orion. For sub either way, Jacobs. Stall. Lentink out to midfield. Stall. Oski's Bertho came off, injured player a moment ago. Play won't continue in this group for a month. As League B has Gold Cup berths on the line. winner, promoted, and certainly Gold Cup. Top second place finishers have a chance to go as well. Enough to draw a foul, Ricardo Rivera. Of course, the team that finishes bottom earn relegation. Antonetti. Such luck. The October window, we'll see Aruba and Haiti match up twice in 3 days. St. Martin and Puerto Rico will do the same. We'll finish up in November. Puerto Rico and Aruba, Haiti and Puerto Rico, St. Martin and Haiti, Aruba and St. Martin. Ned, dangerous ball, that's wide. Oh man, what a chance. Javier Jimenez. Down injured after the fact. Sold out on that run. Wow, what a find. What a burst. That really could have been it for Aruba. Double change, first changes for Puerto Rico. That is Christian Ortiz from the Inter Miami Academy, joined by a fellow charge for the Herons, Benjamin Donato. Enrique Nieves coming off. Crowd here.
Atención, por favor, your attention, please. Cambios por el equipo de Puerto Rico.
Applauding the changes.
Puerto Rico. Número 8, number 8, Christian Ortiz. Sustituye al jugador número 21,
Rios comes off
number 8
as well.
Number 21, Darren Rios exits the pitch.
The final third. Injection of youthful exuberance helped Puerto Rico with just over 20 minutes to play. Has won a free kick.
Minuto 67.
Ortiz featuring in the second team at Miami. Puerto Rico had a 7-1 shot advantage at halftime. 65% of the ball. See those margins beginning to tighten. Ortiz handful of appearances in MLS Next Pro, the MLS Reserve League in the third division. Rivera smashed away from Zulia. Rivera tracked it down. Sub coming here. Chave Wadwani. And Isai Marcelia in for Aruba. Jimenez, who took the knock a moment ago, comes off. And yellow to Gentil. Way off, apparently for dissent.
Atención, por favor, your attention, please. Substituciones por el equipo de Aruba. Substitutions for Team Aruba. Number 16, Revival Atlani enters the pitch. Number 7. Tyler Angel exits the pitch. Player number 20. Isai Marcela enters the pitch. Player number 9. Javier Jiménez exits the pitch. On minute 70. En el minuto 70. Por el Aruba, entra el creador número 20, Isai Marcela, sale el número 9, Javier Jiménez, entra el número 16, Shivai Kaplani,
Rivera.
sale el número 7, Terrell Reyes.
Foul that sees Bennett helped up. This turf has not been kind. Down. I'm sure he's not bleeding his own blood.
71.
Rivera. Cleared away from Ned. Ball deflects. Wilfredo Rivera. Goal kick. Oh no, they have given the foul. I was going to say that's really not that far off from what we saw inside the penalty area that wasn't given as a penalty earlier. So much for that. It's about 15 yards inside the corner flag. Which gives you an idea of the tightness of the pitch as well. Free kick, curled up, header is in! Puerto Rico finally breaks through. Leandro Antonetti. The celebration on in Mayaguez. It's a much-deserved goal for Puerto Rico. And the native Spaniard soars into the air, arrives inches before Lentink. And a towering header. Fourth goal for Puerto Rico. And the Blue Hurricane is stormed to a 1-0 lead with just over 15 minutes remaining. That's a two-part roar from the crowd. The defensive effort of Quiñones, the announcement of Antonetti's goal.
Run you out. You've got to run your balls off defensively. Yeah? I need to run you out. Look.
Damas y caballeros, la asistencia a este partido ha sido de 1,088 fanáticos. Agradecemos la presencia de todos y cada uno de ustedes en esta Copa de las Naciones de la Liga de las Naciones Concacaf
Quiñones slot in behind.
2025.
Bennett.
The total attendance for today's match is 1,088. We want to thank you all fans
This is the loudest 1,000-person soccer crowd I think I've ever heard. Leandro Antonetti whipping them into a frenzy. 1-0 Puerto Rico over Aruba. And this desperately needed. You're at home. You'll play the rest of this group away from Mayaguez against Aruba, the team that was potted last into the group. You absolutely had to have this. Ball ahead from Rivera. In behind. Around the keeper. Didn't go. Ricardo Rivera, shy of his 17th goal that would take him one off the scoring record. And would have taken the sting out of this for Puerto Rico at this point. Taken away. And over the end line. Lewis couldn't combine. Extra header lands in the basket of Serrano. This result would move Puerto Rico up into second place over St. Martin, who got dominated 6-0 earlier today on goal difference. Leave Aruba in the basement, the only team in the group without points, should this stand. Ned. Circulating. Kroidenoff. What an imposing header that is. You've got something to build around, Puerto Rico. Leandro Antonetti in the 73rd. He has been really dangerous. The fact he did not score because of Lentink's wonder save in the first half, a spinning shot with so much venom. Lentink, right place, right time. Stole a superb goal from his measure, but that is a majestic header. Put Puerto Rico in front as we approach the final 10 minutes now. Zulia. Fredo Rivera. Clear and present danger to Aruba, and as such, a foul from Stephen Melchor. Diaz. Quinones. Rivera. Quaffs back inside, now back toward the line. Stride for stride, Ned. Excellent 1v1 defending. And the heavy touch allows this out from Donato. That was excellent Kamani Ned. Dual slides, Donato kicks it back. Aruba have 10 minutes to overturn this. Could have an injury or two along the way in this second half. No hydration breaks. Right down to maybe 14 minutes left at most. Ned. That push to Rivera leaves the fans at arms, but the whistle never blew, and Puerto Rico run away with it. Free kick won by Antonetti.
Hey, hold on, hold on. Okay, you
Rovin Ostiana for Lewis. Steven Echeverria on as well. And due applause for Ricardo Rivera as he checks off. Third sub, second window.
Number 6, Robin Ostiana enters the pitch. Number 10, Franklin Lewis exits the pitch. Para el equipo de Aruba entra a juego el número 6, Robin Ostiana, sale el número 10, Franklin Lewis. En el minuto 83.
Four substitutes in the books for
Sustitución por el equipo de Puerto
Aruba.
Rico, substitution for Team Puerto Rico. Entra a juego el número 23, Steven Echevarría. Number 23, Steven Echevarría enters the pitch. Sale el número 9, Ricardo Rivera. Ricardo Rivera, number 9, exits the pitch. Minuto 83.
Taking the air out of the ball, Donato wins a foul. Tossed ahead by Diaz. Quinones. Puerto Rico put this away. Echeverria. Skewed header kept away from Ortiz. Ortiz nods this out of play. More precious time. Ticks off 5 minutes in stoppage time left here. Ooh. Showing that clip in Miami. Rolled in behind. Keeper got lost out there. Got the benefit of quite the bounce. Free kick. This is at minimum a yellow. Yellow to Paul. Antonetti, 73. 86 minutes gone. And you'd think that probably doesn't engender a lot of favoritism the rest of the way.
Huh?
Who got a yellow?
Number 2?
Yeah, Nick and St. Paul got it. Sort of wonder what the thought process is on the bench there. Nick and St. Paul just got about 6 inches away from the referee's face. Yeah, he got the yellow. Tees, the line, it's with Aruba, 3 minutes in stoppage to play.
Su atención, por favor, your attention, please. Se ha mostrado tarjeta amarilla al jugador número 3 del equipo de Aruba, Nicholson Paul, en el minuto 87.
That's a yellow for Ortiz.
From Team Aruba, Nicholson Paul, at minute 87.
Keep it close.
Ball forward. Soars upward. Down by Serrano.
Se ha mostrado tarjeta amarilla al jugador número 8 del equipo de Puerto Rico, en el minuto 88. Yellow card has been shown to player number 8 from Puerto Rico, Cristian Ortiz, on minute 88.
Push from behind. Kick Puerto Rico by the young Benjamin Donato. Quiñones, Echeverria. Off of Donato. Donato went down. Free kick as we start stoppage time. 5 added minutes.
Atención, por favor, attention please. El cuarto oficial acaba de anunciar que se añadirán 5 minutos al tiempo de juego de la segunda mitad. The fourth official has just announced that 5 minutes will be added to total playing time of the second half.
Free kick, ripped in. Launched back a second time, punched away. One-fisted punch by Serrano.
Sub. Team back, sub.
Puerto Rico want to change. They'll get it. Ignacio Antonetti Lopez. Puerto Rico surf. Alfredo Rivera gets his curtain call. I understand why the fans love what he brings. Antonetti into the game. 5 added minutes, and he'll be asked to defend for 3.5 of them.
Leandro Antonetti enters the pitch. The player number 7, Alfredo Rivera, exits the pitch. Minute 90 plus 2. En el minuto 90 más 2.
Quiñones. Stahl. Over Ortiz.
Hey.
Antonetti stays with Puerto Rico. Yeah, Antonetti just didn't like what he saw. And meanwhile, we'll watch another 20 seconds all the way. There's a yellow card. Cervania's going, who, me?
19.
Puerto Rican flags waving in Mayaguez, just over 1,000 in attendance. Got the goal they came for in the 73rd, Leandro Antonetti. Very well be saving the Nations League campaign for Puerto Rico. Checks up on the turf. Aruba forcing their way into the final 20 yards. Throw for Aruba, it's got to be now. Lobbed into the box, header down, sent away, that's cleared. And that's it, it's full time. A 73rd minute goal from Leandro Antonetti is enough. And Puerto Rico celebrate a vital 3 points in Nations League B Group C. Aruba frustration abounds. But Puerto Rico wins this 1-0 over a plucky Aruba side. And what an awesome atmosphere this was throughout, truly, Mayaguez. The final score, Puerto Rico 1, Aruba 0. Plenty of fireworks tonight as Puerto Rico met Aruba. It finished 1-0 in favor of Puerto Rico, not for lack of Puerto Rican chances in the first half. A scoreless 45 minutes. Cervenia, header in front, Cardona. Maybe it would have hit the post, we'll never know. Lentink was there. Skip forward a bit, ball across the face of goal, that didn't land. Wilfredo Rivera at Antonetti making the front post run. And this set piece would have been brilliant, truly. Wilfredo Rivera curled that high and inside the post, but Lentink up to the task. Aruba was hapless in the first half, but they nearly helped themselves to the opening goal of the second. That didn't go for Franklin Lewis. Service through, nearly finding Javier Jimenez. He would actually be injured on this play. His calf would be attended to on the field. Ultimately, his night would be done shortly thereafter. He took it off his knee, just trying to redirect it. And finally in the 73rd, the breakthrough. What a breakthrough it is. An epic header from Leandro Antonetti. And the crowd here in Mayaguez rises as one. A 1-0 advantage to the home side. And then trying to finish the job. This would be Ortiz in behind. That Rivera, who was in behind. And around the keeper, but simply lost the angle. Finished 1-0. And so that's all tonight here. The fireworks and the ensuing smoke blowing out here in Mayaguez. Puerto Rico was the better team, especially in the first half, but Aruba showed quite well in the second 45. We're quite able to see it out, however, as Puerto Rico gets the goal in the 73rd from Leandro Antonetti, who sealed the 3 points. Those 3 critical points for Puerto Rico. Aruba hangs in the basement now until we meet again in October. Mike Watts saying so long and thanks for watching Concacaf Nations League.
de